Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode. We are outside of VanUP, a company that does van upgrades. Go figure. Well, they've helped me to solve a few problems. I have a bunch of stuff inside the van. I'm trying to finish out the van's interior, but I'm carrying around a bunch of stuff that doesn't have to be inside. It can be outside via a series of racking systems, tie downs, structural components that can mount to the outside to hold these things. One of them is my MaxTrax Action Tracks supports that are mounted here to the ladder. Let me kind of show you how we did this. Basically, we fabricated a piece of angle iron that attaches behind this step and goes all the way across and extends across there and up to there, and it kind of really works well. I mean, it is solid. You can climb this ladder and this thing will not move. So now I have these MaxTrax very securely tied down. All I need is a key and I can unlock them and pull them out. Hopefully I never need to use them. If you don't know what those are for, basically they're gripping pads basically. And if you're buried in the sand or buried in some like soft substrate and you can't get out and you're stuck, you can use those tracks to slide underneath your wheels to get some sort of traction, hopefully walk yourself out of trouble. So that's cool. Another thing that I had in the back of the van for so long, since I upgraded my tires, was this tire and rim, which is a Method rim, and then the BF Goodrich KO2. The reason that I couldn't put these underneath is because the darn tire was so big, it wouldn't allow the bracket to hold it up underneath underneath the van where the spare tire should go. Plus, when I do the air conditioning system, I'm going to actually use that space where the spare tire should go as the area where my condenser is going to sit. Condenser or evaporator? I always get those two mixed up. Anyways, now it's secured securely to the back of the van via a VanUP Razor rear door mounted rack system. It's called the Razor. It's pretty cool. It hangs over the top of the van door and then secures by bolts through the bottom of the door. But once it's on there good. I also got a ROTOPAX here, so I can carry an extra couple of gallons of gasoline. So that expands my total gasoline carrying capacity by a couple of, I think it's a 25-gallon tank, so now it's a 27-gallon tank, so it buys me another, just about 20 miles, because this van gets like 12 miles to the gallon, so it buys me another 24 miles. What was really awesome is what you might be seeing off to the side here, because that's the purpose of my visit here to VanUP. And something that I have been really thinking about for a long time is, how do I carry my trike? Because I'm not designing the van to carry my vehicles. A lot of people do design vans to carry their motorcycles and to carry their bicycles and stuff, and they actually slide into the back garage area. But the garage area for me is a podcasting lounge where people are going to be sitting, where I'm going to be working on videos, and so I don't have the luxury of storing the trike in there. On top of it, the trike is enormous, and if I was to put it in there, it would probably take up 2/3 of the space inside the van. As it has been since I've been kind of traveling with it. It's been inside the van and taking up all the space I would normally use for sleeping and sitting and enjoying the comfort of the inside of my van space. So now what we've done is we've created a rack that binds to the Razor rack that is on the back door of the van, and the whole thing sits on one door. So I can open it up, and the trike now is completely supported on one door. It is awesome. So what we've done is, basically there's a rack system for bikes that's called MaxTrax, and basically this is half of one, but normally it goes all the way up, and it has a clamp that folds out on the top and a flange is a better word. A flange on the top and a flange on the bottom that normally, basically it clamps together the top wheel and the bottom wheel of a bicycle. But I don't have a bicycle, I have a trike. We've taken two one-up racks and we cut them in half. And so one of them is supporting the two front tires. So this and that one actually equal one one-up rack. And then we use the bottom half of one and used it for the bottom tire. So basically, the bottom tire has this ratchet flange, and then the two up top are flanged down, and the bottom one is flanged up, and so it kind of sandwiches the trike into place. But the trike is also too heavy, and if I was supporting all the weight on this one flange, I don't think it would fail. As a matter of fact, we tested it out yesterday, and it was a bit too much for one of these one-ups to one half of one of these one-ups to bear the whole load of the trike. So instead, what we've done is we've taken a couple of ratchet straps, put them up and around the top of the razor rack, and connected them to the frame, and then lifted the trike up and then bound it down. I can do this all on my own, by myself. I have taken the trike off and put it back on about 5 times now, and it's not impossible. It's not super easy. It takes a little finagling, but we get it. Anyways, I can close the door now, and the trike stays in place, and yeah, we're good to go. So today we are leaving. By the way, I am in Mesa, Arizona. So we have 1,900 miles back to Michigan, where we're going to head home. I have a bunch of things that need to happen with the van, as well as with videos, as well as with family, and then the next phase of this process is going to happen in Detroit. So I have my rear window here open. I have my rear cameras here that look to the road, but also look to the trike. And so as we drive, I am going to be monitoring the situation back here and hoping that this does not fail. Now, VanUP, you know, they couldn't guarantee this 100%. We all kind of put our heads together and fabricated this based on what we think will work. I sort of have overkill here. I sort of have overkill here. So we are going to basically going to drive home all the way, and I am going to be a paranoid little boy looking out that back window to make sure that that trike stays where it's supposed to be. Cross my fingers. I have the camera here, the rear driving camera. This is my AUTOVOX V5, so this can monitor the camera that comes off the back. You can see my trike right there, if you can see it. Yeah, you can see my trike there. So I'm watching that, but I'm also watching the trike through the window there to make sure that it stays right there. Pretty cool. I'm excited. Let's hit the road and make our way back to Detroit. All right, we are on the road. We're going to exit the Phoenix area pretty soon. It's kind of funny. I'm driving with redundant systems, so I have my Google Maps on my phone and I have my Garmin here, and they are just disagreeing. Like, my Garmin is saying, in no way should you go the Google route. I mean, it's asking me to turn around every single road. It's like, get off the road, turn around. But to be honest, I trust Google more than I trust the Garmin, because the Google is actually connected to the internet as we speak, whereas the Garmin is not. Whatever the case, we've got a lot of road to cover, so every bump I hit, I'm like looking at the cameras. Trike seems pretty solid. Alright guys, we have been driving for a few hours. I have been sort of testing the bike rack a little bit. I'm on a dirt road right now that's off the main highway, and it's a little bumpy, and I'm just trying to punish the rack a little bit. And it's shaking, you know, the whole van is shaking, but it's holding very steady. Every time I stop for drink or gas, I go to the back and I give it a little movement, and it's pretty good. Sounds a little loud in here because there's a lot of loose stuff back there. I gotta imagine if I was driving over this road, even finished, this van would probably make a lot of rattling noise, but probably less noise than it's making right now. I'm gonna jump back on the highway and keep going. Kind of neat to fly the drone around it while I'm cruising, to see the trike on the back and everything. It's amazing how this van has evolved. Hey guys, well it is 7:23. I think I've gone about 600 miles. We're going to continue going as far as we can until I get tired. We have some rain up ahead, which will be nice because the trike's all dusty. When I did those videos in the drone, it was pretty dusty out there, so maybe we can wash some of that dust off. Van's running really good. Everything's good. That's the update. Alright guys, we have less than 800 miles until we finish and arrive in Detroit. I'm not even really looking at the trike anymore. Every so often I'll glance in the rear view mirror video camera. It's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I took a picture of my AUTOVOX digital rear view mirror, and I took a picture right as I started, like leaving Arizona. And I've gone over some really bumpy roads and whatnot. I took that picture for some other reason. I was showing Annie or something what it looked like, but it came in really useful because I pulled up the picture later and I can compare it to like now. So I'm looking at the position, the very specific position of, like, you can see the chain ring on the front of the trike, you know, like in the screen, and I can see the spokes on the chain ring, and I can see, like, if that rack was to have shifted or the trike was to have moved in any way, I could see specifically if it had moved. It hasn't moved at all, which is where it should be. It shouldn't move at all, actually. So yeah, that seems like my solution with VanUP, the use of the 2 ratchet straps and the 2 adapted OneUp bicycle racks. I think it's good. I think it'll be no problem. I mean, I have like gone over some fairly bumpy roads. I went off-road a little bit, and nothing shakes it loose. Coolio. All right, we're about to ride into some stormage here. The trike's gonna get a wash, that's for sure. Traffic just stopped. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty big storm here. Hail, I can see hail. Well, the trike's going to get cleaned up. That's for sure. All right, I think I'm through it. There's a bunch of vehicles that were like in the ditch on either side of the road, which I found, I don't know, it was just really, really heavy rain. I don't think there was a tornado or anything, although we sort of are in tornado territory, so it could be, but I think we're through it now though. A couple more blobs ahead. There's one guy way, way off the road. How did he get all the way over there?